Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another edition of Think Different Television Geometry. All right, so we're going to do angle relationships today. And this is what you need. So you should be on this page. You should have this PDF at your disposal in case I go too fast or you need to look at it. So here we go. Angle relationships right here. So angle relationships, date. Set up your page like this. So I drew the picture from the examples on this page. And I wrote the definitions underneath. So this is what you need to know. So this picture, pause the video if you have to and draw the picture, is a picture of adjacent angles. What are adjacent? Well, adjacent just means like next to. So if you want to write a little note to yourself, it means like next to. They have a common vertex, so here's the vertex R, and a common side. So this ray RT is shared by this angle and this angle. So angle SRT and angle TRU, or you could say URT, are adjacent. They're next to each other. They share that vertex and they share that side. Bam. All right, vertical angles. These are very important. So when you see an X like this, so you see intersecting lines, the non-adjacent angles, so it means the ones across from each other, are vertical. So in this case, angle 1 and angle 3, you can say M and S, but I'm just going to say angle 3 because that's quicker, is actually congruent to angle 3. So vertical angles are congruent. You can write that also. A little note to yourself. Vertical angles are congruent. It doesn't say it in the notes, but that's a good thing to know because that comes up a lot. And then what's the other pair of congruent vertical angles besides 1 and 3? Yeah, angle 2 and angle 4 are congruent. So when you look at this, everything, if you have an X, any X, doesn't matter what it looks like. Could be like this, could be like that. It doesn't matter. Across the X, the angles are congruent automatically. Bam. Okay, next, a linear pair. Linear pair. So it's just like an adjacent angle, but the rays are opposite. So when you see the straight line right here and you see two angles, that's called a linear pair. Also known as supplementary. If you want to get ahead of yourself, you've probably seen that before. So a straight line is 180. So two supplementary angles is also a linear pair. So when you see linear pair, think of a straight line, think of supplementary. So in this case, angle 5 and angle 6 are a linear pair and they're supplementary. Also, speaking of supplementary, what does supplementary mean? Angles that have a sum of 180. In this case, there are two angles, F and G, because 120 plus 60 is 180. It can be more than just two if you want. So if you had like 60, 60, 60, if you had three of these, that'd also be supplementary because 60 plus 60 plus 60 also equals 180. What is this right here? These two angles. If I add A and B, what do we call these angles? If we find the sum, yeah, these are complementary. Add up to how much? 90 degrees. Yeah, they add up to 90 degrees. Also, they have a sum of 90, you can say. Cool, that's the definitions. Let's get to this. Here are the exercises. Boom. What do they look like? There's all my notes right there, right here. So this top part. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So copy this down, copy this down. Look at my paper. Okay, so this is what I got to do. Read the directions. Identify each pair of angles as adjacent, vertical, and or linear pair. So I'm going to use my notes from up here if I need. Angle 1 and angle 2. Well, that's not a linear pair because it's not along a straight line, is it? So if it's not a linear pair, what are 1 and 2? Yeah, those are adjacent. They share that vertex, and they share this side right here. So they share this ray QV. All right, adjacent. 2, angle 1 and angle 6. Ooh, that shares a straight line, doesn't it? And this is the ray. Ooh, this is opposite. So this is like this right here, but it's upside down. Same thing. So this is going to be a linear pair. Those angles are supplementary. 1 plus 6 equals 180, whatever those might be. You don't know. Angle 1 and 5. 1 and 5. That looks, see I'm tracing right here? Tracing helps me figure out what the hell is going on. So you see this and this, those are intersecting lines if I ignore these two right here. So ignore this, and you see this and this, those are intersecting, and 1 and 5 are across the X from each other. So those would be vertical angles. So if angle 1 was 30 degrees, angle 5 would be 30 degrees. If this were 31, that would be 31. If this were 40, that would be 40, etc. I don't know what it is, but they would be equal. Angle 3 and angle 2. Angle 3 and angle 2. What are those going to be, you think? They're not, it's not a straight line. They share this ray, QU. That's going to be, yeah, adjacent. Nice, good work, adjacent angles. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Last part for this video. So I wrote my notes down here. It's the bottom part, right here. Okay, let's check it out. Okay. Identify two obtuse vertical angles. Okay, so I got two things going on. I got to figure out obtuse and I got to figure out vertical. So vertical, I'm thinking about the X, right? Thinking about the X. And I want obtuse. So that means that they have to be between 90 and 180. Yeah, see this notation? You write this notation too. Okay, so looking for intersecting lines. Well, I see intersecting lines here and here, right? So like this line and this line intersect each other. So it's got to be off of that. So let's go off the picture because maybe my picture that I drew is not accurate enough. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be this right here. So R and T, yeah. It's going to be close. Sort of guessing here, but yeah, see R and T, that is vertical. Sorry, that is obtuse. And it's vertical to this angle. So I'm looking at this and this angle right here. So R and T. And I'm not going to put congruent. Yeah, I should put congruent because they're vertical, my bad. To this angle, which is, what letter is that again? I forget. Let's get it done. S and U. S and U. Sorry, my little scribble is covered up. This is S here. S and U. Angle S and U. All right, next one. Identify two acute adjacent angles. So they're acute little angles and they share a side and a vertex. Doesn't have to be supplementary necessarily. So I'm looking at that and I'm seeing, oh, this looks T. So TNU. So this angle here, and then this T and V. These two angles, they're not congruent. I shouldn't draw this. I'm just indicating what they are, because that would mean they're congruent on the picture. But this angle here and this angle here, those are acute, and they're sharing this side. So I have T and U, and I have T and V. They're not congruent, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Name an angle supplementary to T and U. So T and U. So this angle I'm talking about. So supplementary means along a straight line. So straight line 180. So look at this straight line. So T and U is here. And so if I complete the straight line, the half circle, which is 180 degrees, right? Because the circle is 360. So it would be this angle I'm looking at right here. So that would be S and U. Got it. Actually, that's a U, not a V. My bad. Okay. Next, find the measures of two complementary angles if the difference in their measures is 18. Okay. Two complementary angles. What's complementary mean? I always annotate my problem. That means adds up to 90 degrees. The difference of their measures. So you're going to have two angles. So let's call one X and one Y. So if I add these up, if I add one angle and the other angle, I don't know what it could be. It could be 60 and 30, could be 89 and 1, whatever it is going to add up to 90. Whatever the first angle and the second angle is. Now I know that the difference, what operation indicates difference? That means the Subtract, right? X minus, so if I subtract these, the difference is going to be 18. Woo! This takes me back to my algebra days. I love my algebra days because I'm going to add these up because I have a magic pair right here. See, when I add these up, x plus x is going to be 2x. Y minus y is 0. Goodbye. And then I have 90 plus 18, which is going to be 108. Yes, 108. So divide by 2. And you have, what's half of 108? That would be 54. Cool. Now I need, find the measures of 2 angles. So one angle is 54. What's the other angle? What should I do? Yeah, let's plug it back in. It doesn't matter where I plug it in. So let's plug in here or here. It doesn't matter. So I plugged y, my bad. It's x. You go to x. 54 plus y is 90. This is going to give me my second angle. So minus 54. Y equals 36. So 36 plus 54 equals 90. 54 minus 36, I subtract them. The difference is 18. Got it. Those are my 2 angles. Nice job. Keep going to the checkpoint.